Hi, and thanks for joining us. Coming up on today's show, we'll tell you how one family turned a tragedy into an awareness campaign for kids, and Julie previews a surefire hit for fall. But we start out today with some ideas for your home. If you're tired of that worn out carpet or have always thought about updating the kitchen floor, then this story is for you. For over 40 years, Peaks Floor Company has been providing DFW residents with high-quality options for both retail customers and contractors. Catherine Dunn recently took a trip to Peaks' Frisco location to find out what the secret to their long-term success has been.
I'm here at Peaks Floor Company with Murphy Dykes. So Murphy, tell us about your company.
So we're a pretty big company. We do a lot of different things. At Peaks, we do things a little differently here. We're not that type of company that just likes to slap it in, get it done quick, and then leave. We deal with quality installers, quality products, and we give a quality job to the customer. In the past 10 years, we've been awarded the Consumer Choice Award 10 years in a row for the top flooring store in DFW.
Okay, Michael, so this looks like wood, but it's not. Tell me more about what this material is.
Yes, so believe it or not, this is actually vinyl, but don't think about your grandmother's old linoleum vinyl. So they call this luxury vinyl plank. And they have some that looks like wood, and then of course they have some that look like tile, which I'll show you. But the biggest benefit to this, if it's installed properly, which of course Peaks, we can offer you full installation. If it's installed properly, it's 100% water resistant.
And then tell me a little bit about the customization, because I saw that you are picking out the certain grout colors.
Yes, so Carr & Dean, which is this manufacturer, again a higher end brand, which again speaks for kind of the quality carpets, the quality vendors that Peaks works with. So they offer, they call them designer strips. And again, we have this little layout to show you. You can just kind of break it up and just give you a little design where you won't be able to find that on other products. And again, they do have tile ones. And again, with these designer strips, it just gives you an extra wow factor that not every other company can offer you.
And I love this setup. I love how you can just lay it out and I can see almost like what it would look like in my home. Is this the only company that offers something like this?
We are one of a few select vendors in DFW that can offer this design table, yes.
Okay, Murphy, what truly makes Peaks Carpeting the best?
It's all about our people. And it's not just about a name or who owns us or anything like this. We're serious about putting floors down, and we're serious about doing an excellent, outstanding job. We like what we do, which is, you have to do it if you're going to be good in something. And we do like what we do.
Be sure to check out peakscarpet.com to see the many different flooring styles they offer, along with a large variety of countertops and blinds. Now we move outside the house to the backyard. They say everything is bigger in Texas, and you don't have to go any farther than Dallas to see the largest outdoor and casual furniture superstore in the Lone Star State. From the tables you sit at to the cushions you sit on, Sunnyland Patio Furniture of Texas has just what you're looking for.
We started Sunnyland as far as this concept back in the 70s, and it's evolved. The beauty of this business is that nothing we have here, you have to have. So people come here shopping because they want to shop here. We're in a category of lifestyle and leisure. You have the abilities to create your own backyard in a way that you want to enjoy it. So that we are the means to the end of getting there to create this perfect patio. As a specialty furniture store, we try to carry the best products, the best quality. Sombrella fabrics are considered the top of the line as far as your fabric choices. What does that mean? Well, here you have all these beautiful choices of colors. Vibrant colors, soft colors, all types of color coordinated. And you're seeing color that goes all the way through the fabric on both sides. Well, does it make a difference? Give me an example here. A lot of fabrics you see are beautiful on the outside, like a radish. Bright red, beautiful. But you cut it in half and there's nothing on the inside. It's all white. Sombrella is different. So again, the Sombrella fabrics you see here, color all the way through, which doesn't fade out, like a carrot. Cut a carrot in half, the carrot is color all the way through. This is the same as Sombrella fabrics.
As a design consultant at Sunnyland, my job is to help our customer create the perfect patio. It starts with a blank canvas, that is their blank space. Once the furniture is selected, that goes into the space typically. A lot of people would rather put the furniture in first and make sure everything fits the way they want it to. Then we begin adding color. Sometimes that is pulled from the indoors. For instance, you may have wide open windows from the inside looking onto the outdoor space. That's a good way of pulling the inside out by using the same coloration outside. We add throw pillows, fire pits for ambiance, anything else, candle holders, serving trays to place your drinks.
Our operation is very, very unusual, very unique. This is 37,000 square feet, all outdoor entertaining. And it's one of the largest showrooms in the entire country. We have the luxury of showing the complete collections, whether it's seating, it's dining, and letting you visualize how to make this your perfect patio.
To see all the great products Sunnyland has and to take a virtual tour of their huge showroom, visit sunnylandfurniture.com. Break time on the program, but when we return, Julie shares her picks for you and the kids. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Richard Honaker. Kids get lots of rashes. How do you as a mom know when a rash is a bad rash or an okay rash? Well, the most common rash is one from a virus. Kids will get a bad cold or a GI type illness and they'll get a little rash. That's usually little red or pink dots that tend to come and go and fade pretty quickly. Those are not anything to worry about. Bad rashes are those that get worse and worse and worse and get darker and darker and darker. If it itches a lot, for example, hives and whelps, that's a bad rash. If you've had a recent tick bite or camping in the woods, that of course is another bad rash. Anything with vesicles. Now vesicles are little water blisters. A normal benign rash should not have little water blisters. If you have those, and that's like chickenpox type stuff or shingles, if you see little water blisters, that's a sign of a rash that probably needs to be looked at by your doctor pretty quickly. And then a kid that looks bad. For example, if a kid has a rash but looks good, that's a lot different from a kid with a rash who looks bad. If they look toxic and ill and lethargic and have a rash, that can signal some bad diseases. Have them see the doctor pretty quickly. Use your common sense and even use the internet if you have to. Look at rashes on the internet.
Hi, I'm Jim Knox, and a lot of people have asked me, hey, what do you do away from the ballpark? Well, I am co-founder of a company called Identity Media Services. Our Emmy Award-winning production team can brand your company with videos, commercials, radio, and television, and our digital performance program specializes in lead generation, websites, and reputation management. So if your business needs a lift, give me a call, because as you know, it is tough to stay on top. Whew, that's gotta hurt.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pedro Laredo. Have you ever thought about how many times you use your hands each day? If you're suffering from hand pain, numbness, tingling, then you're probably suffering from carpal tunnel syndrome. At the Laredo Hand Care Institute, we use the most advanced minimally invasive techniques to help you get back to work and your daily activities quickly, because your hands are important. Give us a call today to schedule a consultation so we can eliminate your hand pain for good. Call 214-790-7602 today or check us out at laredohands.com.
Welcome back. It's time for Julie Says So. Now, when the trailer for this upcoming Marvel movie was released, it almost broke the internet. Doctor Strange stars Benedict Cumberbatch as neurosurgeon Stephen Strange, who discovers a hidden world of magic and alternate dimensions after a devastating car wreck. The cast has the internet buzzing as well, with Oscar nominee Chiwetel Ejiofor, Rachel McAdams, and Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One who mentors Strange. We won't see Doctor Strange in theaters until November 4th, but I imagine we'll hear about it nonstop in the meantime. If you're looking for a DVD, consider Brooklyn, starring Saoirse Ronan as Ailish. She's a young Irish immigrant who lands in 1950s Brooklyn, where she finds a new life and a new love. That all gets turned upside down when she's forced to rush back to Ireland and deal with a tragedy.
It was sudden.
When would they bury her?
You want to go home, I guess.
How would it be for you if I did go home?
I'd be afraid.
Afraid that I wouldn't come back.
Yeah. Home is home.
Brooklyn was nominated for 3 Academy Awards, but sadly didn't win any of them. It's still a moving portrait of new life and difficult choices, so pick that one up if you can. If you're looking for a special one to share with the kids, now is the perfect time to show them Finding Nemo. This 2003 classic tells the story of an overprotective clownfish who searches the ocean for his abducted son.
I gotta find my son Nemo!
He does so with the help of his forgetful friend Dory, who's getting her own movie later this summer.
It's not a duck, it's a pelican! Everybody hold on! Little help, over here.
Now is the right time to revisit this sweet father and son story, Finding Nemo. Remember, you can find all of my current movie reviews and free movie passes on my website. It's juliesaysso.com.
If you haven't already, be sure to check out Julie's site. There's much more than just movie reviews on it, including recipes, podcasts, and of course her rants and raves. And you can always find all of Julie's segments on our website, todaywithkandace.com. Sometimes in life, a tragedy can provide the motivation to make a difference in the lives of others. For one family, it was the tragic loss of a loved one to an eating disorder that inspired them to start a campaign to help ensure that other families would not have to go through the same pain.
My daughter Kelly went away to college, determined not to gain the freshman 15, and she was a little heavier in her younger years. So she started exercising a lot, eating healthy, and then, every time she came home, we noticed she had lost more and more weight.
My niece got married in Chicago, and she showed up at the wedding, and she was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, turn your head and look twice gorgeous. I don't know how many people complimented me on how beautiful she was. I said, I kind of said, well, that's great, but there's more to it than that, And, but after that, she couldn't stop.
Kelly was never overweight, but maybe a little bit heavier in high school, and then she went to a really small, rail thin through college.
We didn't realize really how bad she was. She never had in-house treatment or anything. She just went to a counselor. So she got married, and one day she went to bed and her husband found her in the morning.
Essentially, my family grieved for so many years because we didn't really have any way to discuss it that was healthy.
My sister started this foundation in 2013, and she decided because she wanted to do something for Kelly and in Kelly's memory, so she started the foundation with the idea of trying to help prevent it in young children.
This is the third gala that we're having in Dallas. What we're doing here is we are reaching out to people who are not familiar with us, don't know our story, and yet what we're trying to accomplish is consciousness raising. We have never had a silent auction before, and we have a very large variety of items. We have a variety of services as well as products. We have a variety of prices. Carolyn Jones is a local jazz musician, and she and her band are here. She's a beautiful performer, and I know that everybody's going to have a great time with her music while they're buying at the auction. And my sister Nancy is going to make some comments tonight. Nancy's going to talk a little bit about what could have happened, what might have happened, and maybe our vision of what can and will happen in the future if some young person does get diagnosed with an eating disorder. Between consciousness raising and then helping to create the tools for the kids, as well as the parents for signs to recognize when there is a problem, these are some of the subjects that we're trying to address with the funds that we're raising.
If you'd like to learn more about the Something for Kelly Foundation, volunteer to help, or make a donation, please visit their website at somethingforkelly.org. We need to step aside, but when we return, you'll learn how one doctor was the answer for a couple's dream of a family. Stay with us.
At New You Bariatric Center, we offer a comprehensive approach to weight loss. Dr. Brewer and I are both board-certified surgeons, and we perform several thousand bariatric procedures. We also offer medical weight loss options as well as non-surgical options such as the gastric balloon. We know that this is a big decision for you, and we are here every step of the way in your weight loss journey. At New You Bariatric Center, a new you is waiting.
Searching for a doctor can be a daunting task. BestDocsNetwork.com is your perfect resource for finding medical professionals in a variety of fields. At BestDocsNetwork.com, you will learn not only about the doctors, but will hear life-changing success stories from real patients. From the condition to the procedure to the results, our video library allows you to research and choose a doctor that best fits your needs. BestDocsNetwork.com, connecting doctors who are changing lives with patients who are looking for life-changing results.
This segment of Today with Kandace is brought to you by BestDocsNetwork.com, connecting doctors who are changing lives with patients looking for life-changing results.
Welcome back. When their playing days are over, some football players find themselves with a new challenge, living with injuries from years of physical play. Here's the story of one former Cowboy and the doctor who helped him get on his feet again.
Norman was a professional football player with the Dallas Cowboys. Norman had severe pain and limp in his right hip. Norman was currently in construction, but he had a hard time on the job getting around. When I evaluated Norman, right away, just watching him walk, I knew he needed a hip replacement.
I started having issues with my right hip approximately 7 years ago. And it's probably a result of wear and tear from playing football. I played football for Dallas Cowboys in the early 80s. So I had a lot of years of football on my body and my joints, and it takes its toll.
Fortunately, most patients already know something's wrong. It's up to me to instill confidence in them that a hip replacement is what they need to get their life back on track.
My first impression of Dr. Toulson was that I believe I came away with the word genius. I was very impressed with his very positive attitude, his knowledge, his willingness and ability to explain to myself exactly what's going to happen. And I just came away feeling like this is the doctor that I want operating on my hip.
My preferred technique for replacing a hip is going through the front of the hip, the anterior supine hip replacement. In this technique, we can get to the hip without damaging any muscle at all. And if we don't damage any muscle, patients can recover quicker than ever before.
After the surgery, I was walking around basically the next day. I was very, very happy with the outcome and very happy with the little time that it took to recuperate. You know, in my opinion, my life was back to normal in 2 weeks, and I was just thrilled with that.
Norman's doing great. He's back on the construction site. He's very active. He's happier than ever before. I have an amazing job. I'm able to provide amazing opportunities for patients to enjoy what they want to in life. They're able to return to all those activities that they relished as a young adult.
Without a doubt, I'd recommend Dr. Toulson. In fact, I already have any chance I get, only because I am so thrilled and pleased with the outcome with this operation, with my hip replacement, that I don't want anybody else to suffer any longer than they have to. And if they've got a problem, I've got a couple friends that I said, you need to see Dr. Toulson. He's going to take care of you.
Success stories like this are not uncommon at all for Dr. Toulson. He's been voted among D Magazine's Best Doctors and Living Magazine's Best of McKinney Allen 2015. While many couples dream of starting a family, sometimes the natural way isn't getting the job done. Often in vitro fertilization can be the answer that they've been looking for.
We went to see Dr. Kaufmann because we have a genetic disorder in our family that we were hoping to screen for before we had children. From the moment I walked in the door, I felt really comfortable. We explained to him what our issue was, and he said, yes, we can do that. We do it all the time. And so we sort of felt immediately that we were in the right place. And one of the things that we really appreciated from Dr. Kaufmann is he sort of stays on the pulse of all the most recent, scientific findings as far as IVF is concerned.
The most recent advances we actually have in that area would be egg freezing. The second area would be diagnosis of genetic diseases with the embryos. And third would be just the overall how we do in vitro fertilization, as far as culturing, transferring, and those type of things. The other technology that's evolved is pre-implantation genetic diagnosis or pre-implantation genetic screening. And that's where we can actually remove cells from the embryos and do analysis on it. I actually did research about 20 years ago taking a look if removing these cells from embryos would harm them, and we showed that it didn't, preclinical studies. My laboratory director here, he's done over probably 3,000 of these type of embryo biopsies, and so I think it's a matter of expertise as well.
About 2 months after the beginning of our process, we found out we were pregnant. We were very lucky in that it, for us, worked the first time with our first child. When he was about 2 years old, we decided it was time to have number 2, and there was sort of no question that we were going back to Dr. Kaufmann. We had already sort of informed him that we would be in the near future coming back.
We've got now 2 children through this technology, and it's just wonderful that you can actually prevent a disease from occurring before even having the baby.
Dr. Kaufmann and all of the people in his office do an amazing job of making you feel comfortable from the moment that you walk in the door. They assess what your problem is, they meet it head on. They walk you through the process, and with us, we were very lucky to have 2 healthy boys, and we will be going back to him for our 3rd.
If you'd like to learn more about Drs. Toulson and Kaufmann, head over to bestdocsnetwork.com. While you're there, you can also find the best doctors in several different areas of practice. Time for our last break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, Chef Joe Baker shows us a delicious dessert idea.
Hi, I'm Jim Knox, and a lot of people have asked me, hey, what do you do away from the ballpark? Well, I am co-founder of a company called Identity Media Services. Our Emmy Award-winning production team can brand your company with videos, commercials, radio, and television, and our digital performance program specializes in lead generation, websites, and reputation management. So if your business needs a lift, give me a call, because as you know, it is tough to stay on top. Whew, that's gotta hurt.
At New You Bariatric Center, we offer a comprehensive approach to weight loss. Dr. Brewer and I are both board-certified surgeons, and we've performed several thousand bariatric procedures. We also offer medical weight loss options, as well as non-surgical options such as the gastric balloon. We know that this is a big decision for you, and we are here every step of the way in your weight loss journey. At New You Bariatric Center, a new you is waiting.
Most smokers want to quit, and it's a good idea to quit. I mean, smoking causes cancer, smoking causes heart disease, and oh my gosh, it causes wrinkles too. No one wants wrinkles. So there's 3 particular ways to stop smoking if you use pharmacology. Number 1, you can use over-the-counter nicotine replacement products. For example, using the patch that you use every day keeps nicotine in your system all day at a very low dose. And then when you feel like you want a cigarette, you just chew a nicotine gum. This tends to replace a bad nicotine that's hard to get off of, that is cigarettes, with an easier to quit nicotine, and that is the patch or the gum. You can also use 2 different drugs that are available from your doctor to help you stop your cravings and make it much easier to quit. Those are great ideas. Now, the best way, of course, is just to go cold turkey and see how you do. If you fail, don't be surprised. That happens a lot, and it's shown that most smokers need 2 or 3 times to quit. The best thing to do is to dial 1-800-QUIT-NOW. That's 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Those helplines are available to you to help you quit and work wonderfully. So quit smoking, you know it's good for you to stop.
Welcome back. Now, I am super excited about this next segment. As you can see, I'm joined now by Chef Joe Baker. Joe, thanks so much for being with us today.
Oh, please, thank you so much for having me. I love cooking and I love to share it, so I'm really excited to be here today.
Well, this is a good combo because I love eating.
Perfect. So. Hey, there we go.
Okay, so tell us what we're going to be baking today.
I figured today we'd make a wonderful strawberry roulade. It's very, very simple. Follow our lead. So we've already combined 4 large eggs and 100 grams of sugar, and we whip it to the ribbon stage. And as you can see, when we talk about a ribbon, it just means it's a very thick, foamy stage.
Okay.
So while we let that continue whipping, I'm gonna ask Kandace to start cutting up our strawberries, because obviously we need strawberries for a strawberry roulade.
Diced or?
I would just chop them. Perfect. So what we're gonna do when we're done chopping these strawberries is we're actually gonna toss them in strawberry jam.
Okay, so should I go ahead and put them in?
Absolutely,
Is this enough?
that's perfect, right?
Okay.
So we'll take these out. Let's get the strawberries in there.
Okay.
And then we'll just toss them in their own jelly. That looks amazing.
Delicious.
Perfect. Now we have our ribbon, so if you'll go ahead and cut that off.
Okay.
So as we talk about our ribbon, we see it's beautiful, it's thick, it ribbons onto itself, it slowly cascades back in. We're gonna slowly kind of fold in the flour.
Okay.
So we take our flour. If I dump it in there, what'll happen is it'll collapse the meringue that we just established.
Okay.
So I'm gonna gently mix a little bit. You see I'm mixing in a circle and through the
Yes.
bottom.
Okay.
We'll take our rubber spatula and we'll fold just one last time just to be sure we have it all.
Okay.
Right? Looks great. So now we take this onto a baking tray lined with a silicone mat, right? So just pour it on there. See how that just flows really nice and smooth? It's got a
Beautiful.
full airy body to it. We'll actually take our offset spatula and we'll level it out to make sure it's nice and flat. So this needs to go into what we consider a hot oven. So this needs to bake at 425 degrees for only about 7 or 8 minutes. So this is what our roulade looks like when it comes out right out of the oven. So here we have 125 grams of egg whites. Kandace,
Okay.
if you'll throw that in the machine for us.
Okay.
And just start stirring it maybe on speed 2, just so we can gently get some air developing in there. Now while that's going, I'm actually gonna take 250 grams of sugar, pour it right into my pot. I'm gonna take 75 grams of water, pour that over, and then we're gonna cook that. What we're doing is we're creating a sugar syrup over here. So the temperature range we're going for is 236 degrees Fahrenheit to 244 degrees Fahrenheit. This probe will keep your fingers very safe, and it has an alarm when it reaches the temperature.
Oh, nice.
So I don't have to stand here and watch it the entire time. All right, so our sugar's got to the right temperature. Again, we're at that 240 to 244 degrees Fahrenheit, right? While it's still whipping, we need to very safely remove this from the heat, turn the heat source off. We set it right on the edge of the bowl and stream it down the side. So next we have to add a whole pound of butter. Now I'm gonna let Kandace do this. What we need to do is gently slide that butter right into the bowl with all of that.
The whole thing?
The whole thing, right in there. Don't be shy. Done.
All right.
Then we turn this up real fast just to evenly incorporate it. And there you have Italian meringue buttercream. So we're gonna go ahead and drop this and we're gonna move on, right? It looks fantastic. I'm very happy with it. So now let's put it all together. So we're gonna take a layer of jam, and it takes less than you think it does. We take our offset spatula again, using both fingers, and we spread it, get it really nice and thin. Next, Kandace, if you'll put our strawberries in there.
Okay.
Just go ahead and go crazy, any way you'd like them. Nice. And then we'll finish it with our buttercream, right? So we're gonna take this, right like that, and then Kandace, using her offset spatula skills, she'll spread that around. All right, get it as even as you can. You'll notice the filling's gonna spread a little bit, that's fine. So now we have to actually roll it. So you have a beautiful
Very
roulade.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah, feel free to taste, because we have to know if it's worth serving, otherwise we'll just start
yeah.
all over.
Oh, yeah. And do we put icing on top?
You absolutely can. At this point, the roulade is completely up to you how you want to finish it.
Okay, this was delicious.
Well, thank
you so much for being here today.
Oh, of course, you did an amazing job. I mean,
Thank
you're welcome
you.
in my kitchen any day.
Oh, you're sweet. And thanks for making it so easy for us. Tell us where our viewers can find the full recipe.
So obviously we were a little fast for TV today, but the entire recipe can be found on the Today with Kandace website. The whole thing will be there with advanced tips and a place to ask me questions directly.
Great. Thank you so much, Joe. We'll see you next time. And that's our show for today. We're going to wrap it up right here because I'm going to go eat some more of this cake.